Hey everybody, welcome back to Fearless Friday Chats. This is Chilesa. We've been doing these Fearless Fridays for the last couple of weeks. I'm coming before you just to give you a couple of quick tips here on Friday about how you can live a fearless, limitless life. So let's get started. Who am I? I'm the co-founder of Move You Forward. It's a business where we teach and train and equip and educate people on how they can live their best life. I'm also the creator of the Limitless brand, which is an amazing space. You can look up my website at Live a Limitless Life. All kinds of information and encouragement out there on that site. But one of the bases and the reasons I created that is because I believe that so many times we live in a box or in a bubble, and that there's so much more for us if we would just begin to recognize the different limitations we've either placed on ourselves or that other people have placed on us or that society has placed on us, and begin to cast those limits off. So a part of those limitations that are part of our life have to do with fear. And so that's why we're going to talk about it today. Many of you guys are like myself. You are busy people. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a business owner. You work, you have career, there's functions, there's activities, there's the children. And in the busyness of all of that, there's always a need for encouragement. So right now, I just want to take a quick minute to tell you to visit me at Limitless Walk on Instagram. I'm always posting some inspirational messages on there so that you can remain encouraged through your weeks and through your weekend and continue to walk this life. So, fearless tip for today. Let's just do a quick recap. In the past, we've been talking about what it means to be fearless. Well, first, we had to understand what fear is. Fear is an emotion that everybody feels. I feel fear. I get anxious. I get worried. You get anxious. You get worried. These talks are not to say that you won't feel these types of emotions, because we're humans and we're going to experience them. What it is to say is that we can overcome and we can still act in spite of fear. So the first thing we talked about is what fear does. Fear causes us to shrink. We shrink into a box. We shrink and become less than we were created to be when we become fearful. So one of the things we have to start doing is recognizing, well, what am I shrinking from? What are my triggers that cause me to be afraid? And understand also that fearless and being a fearless person it simply means we fear less every day. So every day, confront your fear. Do something that places you in an uncomfortable position. Do something that's fearless, something that causes you to do what you might not want to do every day. The more you practice doing fearless acts, the better you become at confronting your fears. Before you know it, you get more and more comfortable in that space. And then you begin walking in the destiny. You look back and you say, wow, how far I've come just because I began to do the things that initially caused me to be afraid. Now I'm no longer fearful. So the second thing we began talking about was go for what you want. So if there's something that you desire, but it requires additional education, go get the education, equip yourself, place yourself in the right environment so that you can receive the information that you need in order to go for what you want. Many times we're afraid to go for it, but instead of thinking of ways that we can work around it, we come up with an excuse, like maybe I'm not properly equipped, maybe I don't know the right types of people. So what I'm saying is, instead of using those as excuses, let's turn them into action plans and action steps. Do something about them. So go for what you want. And one of the things I really wanted to talk about today is to stop running. How many times when we begin, something hits us, we are challenged by a situation, the next thing we know, we're running away from it. It didn't work out the way we thought it would or that we thought it could, and now we're afraid of it. We no longer want to pursue it. There arises a fear of failure. What are people going to think? I think I'll just give up now because it's not working the way I thought. My advice, stop running. What happens is many times, let me just take it to relationships. You could be in a relationship. The minute you become hurt, your heart begins to close. And so as humans, we remember the sight of that pain. And whenever we are in an environment where we feel like the pain might arise again, let's say in another relationship, we begin to automatically back off because we don't want to open our heart again to feel that pain. So as we go through our relationships and as we go through life, we have this fear of pain. We don't want to feel it, and anything close to it causes us to run. Stop running. Stop running. Do what you know you need to do. Confront the fear. Be in the relationship and have the tough conversation. Pursue the dream, get the education, prepare and equip yourself. But whatever you do, don't quit. You know you're called to do it. You know you're called to be it. Just be it. Don't quit on it simply because the road gets tough. We already know, we've been promised that in this life you will have trials, you will have tribulations, right? But we have someone who is with us. We have God in our lives. We have God in our hearts, and He's with us to help us overcome those fears. So just because it arises doesn't mean to stop. It simply means you very well might be on the right track. So as I conclude today's Fearless Friday, remember, confront the fear. Do something fearless every day and stop running. Do the needful. That's what my husband always says. Do the needful. And you know what that next step might be. You know what the next action is that you know that you've been feeling like you need to take. And so my encouragement today is simply to take it. Know that you can do it. Know that there is more for you, but it will require you to stand flat-footed, rise up, have that courage, and do what needs to be done. I want to also remind you about my Women's Healing Retreat. It is going to be amazing. It's January the 11th of 2020, going to be here in Carefree, Arizona at the Savannah Wellness Resort and Spa. It's called Arise 2020. You do not want to miss it. Look, if you're tired of the same cycle, this is for you. If you want to lay your burdens aside or you have some things you need to get over and get through and help work through, this is for you. Maybe you just need to get equipped better to walk out your destiny. This is for you. Or if you need a safe place where you can simply get away and recharge, Arise 2020 is for you. It's for the women who know that there's something more ahead and that they are ready and willing to do what it takes to get there. We have an amazing lineup of speakers. You're going to be involved in small group exercises, personal growth exercises. It's going to be fun. It's going to be relaxing. You will leave revived. You will leave reignited to pursue your passion and your purpose. So please, you can visit me at livealimitlesslife.com. Click on Arise 2020. All the information you need to know is there. I will let you know that the early bird deadline is approaching December 1st. You want to get in on that early bird pricing. So register by December the 1st at livealimitlesslife.com. Click on Arise 2020, and I look forward to seeing you there. Again, this is Chilesa Reddy with Fearless Friday Chat. I hope you've gained something out of what we discussed today. Leave me a comment and let me know how this may have encouraged you. And again, we can live a limitless life when we begin to confront our fears. Take care, and I'll see you next Friday.